It's really an amazing thing to know that this is the second webinar that we're holding. I know many of you are joining us for the first time. So a lot of us have a lot of curiosity about NLP. We want to understand what NLP is all about and how to use it. Learning is one thing. Reading about NLP, that is neuro linguistic programming, is one thing. Maybe many of you have seen some videos, maybe some books about it, heard from someone and all. What makes NLP, very, very simple to understand is when Dr. J teaches to make us understand and to use it in day-to-day life. So let me just give you a little brief. I know all of yours can read a brief of his bio on the screen that he has shared just now with us. So what happens is when you are one of the pioneers of NLP in India and have learned NLP from three different and been reading and implementing, eating, living NLP for such a long time, and also being in the field of therapy and as a coach, Dr. J, that is CJ Jayachandra, he has he has handled many of the cases, and he has enriched his own life and has helped lot many people through lot many ways. So, what's special about these webinars or being here with him today is that we will get a glimpse of not just what NLP is all about, we are also going to know how to use it in a day to day life, how to make life simpler, enrich it, and be in touch with others. Like, I was reading somewhere and they said NLP is language of mind, how to communicate with mind of ourselves and others and make this communication simpler and better. So over to you, Dr. J. We welcome you here and welcome all of you to this exciting and learning webinar. And let's see what's all is in store for us for this next 1 hour. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome all once again. Thank you, Gayatri, and welcome all again. Uh, let's see. Let's be very practical. That's what I always say that NLP. When I started really wondering that how magic happens, and because it had transformed my life dramatically and accelerated my lifestyle and the way that I think. So I used to wonder how it is so easy for a person like me who can evolve in this way by using this model called NLP. Because when I was very young, I used to keep on thinking that how it is possible only by certain few people, you know, some luck behind them, some kind of, they do all kind of favors for the people around them, and sometimes I used to keep on worrying about it. What should I do? And that worry used to carry for a very long time until I encountered with NLP. So the first presupposition that I learned was this: when one can do, anyone can do. It is only about what and how to do it. If I can do, you can do. If you can do, even I can do. Isn't it so simple? It puts everyone in an equal pedestal. It doesn't say that someone is so great and I have to look upon them. No, we don't have that kind of belief. We have a very, very simple belief, that is productive belief, that if one can do, anyone can. My mentor used to always talk about Roger Bannister whenever he takes a session. I'm bringing my past conditionings now, which I have learned. Roger Bannister, if you know about this guy, When everyone said, the whole world said, you cannot run 100 meters within 4 minute time. And the whole world said and believed that if you are going to finish this 100 meters in this span of this many minutes, that was very short. I had said 4 minutes, not even that. It was very short period of time, somewhere around 90 seconds or so. Now, everyone said it is not at all possible. And he broke that belief. The moment he broke that, till now, I think many thousands and thousands of athletes have broken the record. So when Sachin Tendulkar had broke the record of 49 centuries, now today I was reading the paper, Virat Kohli is somewhere around 29, and the age that we are in, how many entrepreneurs that we have now. Once upon a time, Rajas and Maharajas, prince and princess in India. I think now each and every person want to be a prince as well as a princess. How this is possible? It's all about mind. How to mind our mind. If we can mind our mind better, I think life becomes simpler. Life is so easy, and there is very less or even nothing to worry about. This whole world is for us, for us, created by us, and we are going to leave this world with something that our children can use or the next generation can use. So, with this note, let's go further. What we are going to see. This whole webinar is going to be a little bit practical, or rather more practical. And anyway, I'll be sharing the information. This we have been doing monthly for building the awareness about NLP and to have a reflection about self, about the environment that we are in, so that we can improve our lives and we can help others also to improve their lives. So, with this, let us go ahead. So, can you see on the screen what does it mean? If I'm going to ask you, what's your idea about this? You can say one at a time, or you can say what this whole four pictures convey to you. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I'll check and tell you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Pavitra
about
says it is
communication.
how communication has. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When in the earlier years, means first you can send by the birds, then you can send the letters, then by the mail, and now it's Facebook. So the way of communication is increasing, like it's become easier.
All right, good. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, Edgar says it's mode of communication. And Narinder has said it is convenience of communication. And Pavitra says how communication has evolved over years. And Narendra also added more connectivity.
Okay. Now, if I'm going to ask one more question, how this relates with our learn to unlearn to relearn? How this relates? How you can correlate it? Can you correlate it and let me know?
Sudhir says it's advancement in our learning. Narendra says it's update and upgrade. All right. Pavitra says it's update ourselves with technology.
All right.
Deshmukh here says it's faster.
Good. So what I can say is, if we don't upgrade to the, or if you don't learn the current technology, let us say in the matter of communication, we will be left behind. It is so simple. There are many executives where they don't want to get upgraded to use their systems or to learn computers or to learn the latest technology. And what happens to them? And they don't want to keep up with the change. So we have taken a simple example here with respect to the mails. How we are now into, and practical example, if you take me, I think even each one of you can reflect. If you take me for an example, though I was introduced to technology in the somewhere around late 80s, and if you ask me to get Facebook or Twitter or the social medias, Instagram, it took me even till yesterday. I'm not savvy at it. And if I'm not going to practice this, or if I'm not going to learn this, then I may not go further in my life, or I may not keep up pace with others. So it is always better for us to learn the current so that we can unlearn our past and we can learn the current technology or what is existing in the current. It also applies to our behaviors as well, which we will see by the end of this webinar. How our behaviors that we have learned once upon a time, we still hold on to that behaviors. And we don't want to unlearn those behaviors. And then we don't want to relearn those behaviors. And there are only few who can unlearn and relearn. And with the help of this NLP technology, it's very easy for us to unlearn to relearn. So, the old way and the new way, where you belong to. Old way is something all about comforts. New way is all about unknowns. All the comforts are knowns. We keep on saying, this is my book, this is my chair, this is my bed, this is my cubicle, this is my system. I am so comfortable in this kind of situation with this kind of people. And when it comes to new way, new situations and new people, where we are. So what we are stressing here is our awareness. Anything that is new, we are not comfortable. And the successful people, they know this. The secret of all the successful people, it can be successful, they can be successful in their personal life, in their professional life, in their businesses, in their relationships, anywhere. They know about this. It's all about change. They know what the unknown is and how fast they can make this unknown known. And they are experts in this to make the new way. And there are people who create new ways. And if we don't accept new ways, what might happen? We will perish. Charles Darwin, the evolution that happens in species. I always say that it happens in mind. The evolution happens in mind. And this past 200 years or 300 years, whatever the technology that we have, it's been developed in the past 200 or 300 years. Though the human as a human being, we had been on this earth for many thousands of years. Only for the past 200 to 300 years, we have this kind of technology and development. And it's not only with the external environment, it is also with the internal environment. Take a moment and ask a question within you. What are the things that is challenging now? And then sort it out. What are the things that is challenging now? And then sort it out. The comforts and the uncomforts. Until we make this new way ours, we have to keep on holding on to the old way. Have you heard many people saying that, 10 years back I was like this, 20 years back, in our days? And once I experimented with my children, my son said, that was your time. What about our time now? Now the time had changed. And remember, I had also used the same kind of language with my parents. So it means that somewhere when we are getting a bit older, we are losing that agility in mind, or we don't know how to handle those things. NLP is the best option for us to keep on reinventing ourselves. We can reinvent ourselves. So with this, are you ready for change? If you are not ready for change, definitely you can log out from here. If you are ready for change, then this whole world is yours. Toffler, he had been most instrumental in this process of learn to unlearn and relearn, and many of them, they don't know about this. Only few they know from where this model came, and NLP had been using this model for so long. So he says the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Isn't it true? Who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Remember these words. If we don't know how to do that, it means we are considered as illiterate. And it is good for us to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. So what is NLP? NLP is like this blank screen. You can keep on adding into this. And whenever you don't want, you can erase. So that you can have a very blank screen, so that you can add once again. How good it will be if in your mind you can do this. So to say it to you, NLP is a model to run our own brain. NLP is a technology to help us learn to unlearn, to relearn. NLP is a science that helps us to understand our own mental process. And when we can understand our own mental process, then we can direct our mental process to achieve our goals. And it is like manual to our system. It's a technology to replicate success. It's a technology to replicate success, to transfer successful behaviors. How we do that? We do that in this way, because neurology that each and every one of us have, we get conditioned from the day one on this, from the day one, from when we are starting our life in our mother's womb, it gets conditioned whether we want or whether we don't want it. We get conditioned, and we express it through language, verbal as well as non-verbal. And when we know what is going on inside us, our conditionings, we can program ourselves. So when I said about knowing about our mental process, how will you know? How will you go inside your mind and understand what is happening? The neurological conditionings, what happened and how it happened. We keep on asking a very lousy question called why it happened. Why? We want reasons. What reasons are going to do? Whenever I work with people, they first ask, you tell me, sir, why it happened. So NLP gives us a route map to understand our own mind and then to change our past conditionings, to change layer by layer. We can reprogram ourselves and we can recondition ourselves because our neurology is so powerful. And whatever the behaviors that we have is based on our conditionings. Whatever might be the behavior. If you think that you are successful, or if I think that I am successful, I will act and behave successful. If I think that I am not successful or I am not confident, my behavior will be like that. So NLP is a manual to run our own mind. It's a manual to change our behaviors. It's a manual to replicate successful patterns that successful people uses. We can model the successful people bit by bit, piece by piece. So let us see how we can use this NLP model with the specific purpose of today's webinar, to learn, to unlearn, to relearn. So to start with, there are many presuppositions. I have taken only 3. The first presupposition is map is not the territory. So when I spoke about the change, and change is the only permanent thing on this earth and in our lives too. So our conditionings are like maps, and we carry a lot of maps in our mind, and without my map we cannot exist. And our actions and reactions are from these maps. So what are these maps? Let's take a simple example. You are under a boss, and then your boss is, you have labeled your boss as, he is a sadistic person. So it's a small map that you have on your boss. From where do you think that you would have got? And you know what will be your behavior? Because you have this map in your mind, whenever you are going to interact with that person, you will interact, or your behaviors are from that frame of reference. So NLP says map is not the territory. It says it is just a map. that you carry in your mind. And when you can change your map inside, you can change your response outside as well. It is so simple. So the second presupposition, it says if you want different results, think and do differently. So you can ask me, no, my boss is always sadistic. You know that? Yeah. So what else you did? You are doing the same thing and you expect a different result. What have you done? Will be the question. So second presupposition here is very simple. Think differently if you want a different result. And how many of us do it? And you know, the neurological conditionings are so much that we don't want to come out of rut. And we feel that is so comfortable to cry and to whim and to be there. And by the way, God had given us everything for us to enjoy, to celebrate. How are we using our mind? Is a question that I leave it here for you to ask. And the third presupposition, the more flexible element in the system will be the controlling element. So in change, am I flexible to change? Am I flexible to the process? Means inside me as well as outside me. Someone said, I asked them in my master practitioner, I asked them, you know, what do you think that as a metaphor that if you want to select some something or some living being or a creature or an element, what do you think that you will select? And one guy said, I'm like a water, flexible. It's so powerful as well. Remember what happened recently for the past 2 days in Mumbai. Am I flexible? You know what? If you are flexible, naturally we can bend our maps and we can think differently and we can have a different result. Take this three presupposition and let us apply it and let me know in the next 21 days and see how much your mind is ready to unlearn, to relearn this. Then you will understand the power of conditionings that you had gone through. What's the next step? Use these three learnings to learn that we have learned. Once upon a time, it was good for us, it had supported us. Do you think you will use the same post now? Might be speed post you will use for legal purpose. For a faster communication, have you not using WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter? We have learned something. And whatever is productive, we will keep. Whatever is not productive, we need to become aware of that and we need to unlearn it. And we need to know how to unlearn as well. The great thing is, or the biggest thing is, people don't know how to unlearn. They are not aware that their old conditioning learnings is stopping them. And the third thing is what to unlearn. So remember, whatever is unproductive, ask a question, a powerful question. What is happening inside me? Why I am not getting the result? What are the different options that I had tried out or I had opted? And what is that I need to unlearn? And once you have unlearned, it means you have made your board white. Means your board is clear now. Then you can relearn. It is like empty cup. You remember the story of that? A professor came and met a Zen master, and the Zen master was pouring tea in a cup, and it was overflowing. And professor over there who came there, and he said, I'm here to learn meditation, and he was keep on describing and saying about himself for long and long and long. He was going on, and the Zen master was so silent, and he was kept on pouring. The cup got filled, and it was overflowing and flowing. And then at one point in time, the professor said, "What are you doing here? Can't you not see? It's all overflowing." The Zen master looks at him and says, "I can see the same thing happening inside you. Can you become aware of that?" Our own learnings and knowledge that had been useful once upon a time may not be useful at this point in time. So we need to unlearn, and we need to know what and how to unlearn, to relearn what and how to relearn. NLP technology has many models and techniques for us to do this. Until we do this, the success is far, far away. And the successful people, somehow they do this. If you ask me, without NLP, can't we not achieve that success? I will say definitely yes. If you know how to do, what to do, and how to do, there is a formula which they do it. And NLP is all about studying and modeling this successful people piece by piece, so that it becomes easy for you to understand, for you to excel, for you to be successful. Now take a moment now, write down 3 columns in the sheet that you have in front of you. One is personal, one is professional, business, professional and business, or business, and then organizational. And write down one challenge in each area. Let us take a couple of minutes, write down one challenge. Once you are done, let me know. And I need a volunteer, so that it will be an enriching experience for that person. Let's have a conversation. So who is going to be the volunteer? And preferably someone, yeah. So once you are done, you let me know. So I need a volunteer. Deshmukh, Deshmukh and Edgar, both are there. Whether you will be willing to volunteer?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me, sir.
Yes, Mr. Edgar. Hi. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Tell me, sir.
Good evening. So, before we go further, may I know about yourself a little bit?
I'm from Cochin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm into consulting.
Mm-hmm.
I do HR consulting as well as career guidance.
Very good. Very good. So, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Have you noted down this personal, professional, business, and organizational challenges?
Yes.
Yes. You'll be willing to share?
Yeah. The personal challenge would be like I always find a bit of a difficulty in raising a little bit of finance,
Mm-hmm.
and professional challenge like in business was growth,
Mm-hmm.
and organizational challenge. I believe it was like structuring the entire stuff.
Okay. So, which one that you want to select?
I think it was a personal stuff because if the personal would have been got right, then I think the rest would have been in order.
Wonderful. So that's your choice. So what is the challenge that you said in person?
It was financial mobility.
Financial mobility. Okay. How long it is that how long it's been there?
It's been there for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I was in business. I completed my PG when I was in 98.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for 2 years. At the age of 24, 25, I started on my own.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of ups and downs in business. It was a private, what do you call that, a partnership firm,
Mm-hmm.
which I had a little bit of a problem with the partners. Then I got ditched a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my starting of my financial problems.
Mm-hmm.
And still very happy. I'm a zero debt person.
Mm-hmm. Right. Good. So let us apply a few models and see what kind of insights that you get. So we believe in process. The mind is so evolutionary and generative. And once this insights comes into place, once the transformation happens, we get those ideas. These are called aha moments. Right? So let's see. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. So here there are three areas.
Sorry.
One is where are you? So take your time and say where are you now with respect to your personal challenge that you said. Let's say financial mobility. Where are you? If you be very specific, it will be good.
Can you please explain a bit? Like
So you said about financial mobility, right?
yes.
Your personal challenge. Now, if I'm going to ask you, where are you? Where do you stand in terms of the financial mobility? Where do you stand as of now? What's your current status?
Yeah, if I could rank it from 1 to 10, 10 be the highest and 1 be the lowest, I would rank it somewhere near 5.
Okay.
4 to 5. Yeah, between 4 to 5. I'm halfway, somewhere halfway down.
So what are your feelings about it? How do you feel about it?
I feel happy. Yeah, I feel happy. I feel happy in the sense like it's been in a progressive mode now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So how long it took for you to read this? You said when you were 24, 25.
It would be like, say, 18 years.
18 years. 18 years it took. Right. So where do you want to go now?
Correct.
Now tell me, where do you want to go? You said 5 in a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is max and 5 is where you stand. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I would like to go a little further.
How much? Where?
In a span of 2 years or 3 years down the line, I should be somewhere near 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you said 8, how do you see, hear and feel yourself? I want you to
How
put
do I?
yourself, how do you see, hear and feel yourself? What will be you? When you said 8, what will be your status in
Yeah.
terms of finance, or in terms of your relationships, in terms of your profession, in terms of your social status? How do you see, how it sounds to you, how the people will be interacting with you, and how do you feel?
Karate, Vita, yes,
Yeah. You got my question? Okay.
Did not, it was not clear. In fact, like
I was
please,
asking you, when you said 8, imagine yourself now that you are in 8. Your
Okay.
financial status is in 8. How do you see yourself?
Yeah, comfortable.
Comfortable means what are the things that will happen? How will be your lifestyle?
Personally, as of now, my lifestyle is better. No, it's not a is of any issues or hindrances in that.
Okay.
And only in the matter of when you talk about the organizational growth, which I'm a little bit concerned about, how like what is to be done and how is to be done and where I
And
should
you
take
said,
it. Personal
personal,
friend, I'm happy.
right? So you said
Personal
8.
side, I'm
What does
happy.
that mean? You said
I'm
8.
happy.
8 in this. You said 8. What does that mean?
Yeah, what I mean is like in terms of like the kind of growth, like you mean the what do you call that? The momentum that I'm having in business
All right. Let's say you have
from
those
an on and
momentum.
off state to an off.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's say you
Okay.
have that momentum, and you are in 8 now.
Okay.
How do you see your
Okay.
personal self? How do you see your personal self, personal image, and how do you feel about that? How will be your
I feel good.
interaction with the Well, how will be your interaction? How will be your family status, and with respect to your bank balance and your lifestyle? What will be the lifestyle that you will be having when you are in 8?
Actually, I'm not looking for a big lifestyle like going to parties or
All
kind
right.
of things like
Mm.
anything like any club and
So
all
what
those things
stops
like.
you? What stops you? I'm not.
I don't.
I'm
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not looking into those kind of a lifestyle like a showbiz kind of a stuff. But to be happy with, okay, everything is going on fine. It has to be fine enough. Not like I want to show off like a big thing. Things like that. It's not that about
So when you
those
said
factors.
8 and financially good, what does it mean for you?
It means adequate enough. Things are moving on fine. Things should be fine. I should be able to capable of doing things a bit more flexible enough than the
What is
present
that
state.
flexible? What is that flexible enough? When you said it, what does it mean?
Yeah, it's about a little bit of things that what you want to do, which stops you from. Right now, it stops me from keep thinking: should I have to spend or not?
Mm, mm,
I should be in a position to take in. Yes, I should get that. I should do it.
mm, mm.
which stops me right now is that when I want, I keep budgeting one thing for the next. Okay, I had to do this, so this is what the budget is going to happen. So I should plan for that and move ahead for that, and that is happening. It should happen a little bit freely than
Okay.
the present state. That's what I mean actually.
Yeah, yeah. So you said flexibility, and you said what I want to do is I now budget, and when I want to spend, I don't spend. I plan and I think. And what I want is
Correct.
I need to go freely,
Yeah, a little more further
little bit
freely.
more further.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it is called how do we get there? The third point. So the first circle is where are we? This is for the learning purpose. So we understood his personal challenge, the financial mobility. And second, where I want to go. When I asked, he came out, Edgar came out to flexibility, means I'm budgeting and I'm now thinking to spend money. I'm not a show off kind of person. He also said I'm happy. No, that is the comfort zone. When you said I'm happy in 5, yes, even for 1 people are happy. So this is where we need to understand what we need to unlearn at this point in time. Otherwise, those conditionings will pull us down, will bring us down. So those areas we need to unlearn. We need to unlearn. How do we get there? We need to unlearn and relearn certain things, behaviors, strategies and behaviors for us to reach where we want to go. You said 8, right? So let's see how this
Yes.
happens. Yeah. You said about that. Let's see how this happens. So there is a model. When we said learn to unlearn to relearn, we also resist. Can you list down those things that you resist, Edgar? In terms of your, increasing your financial ability, financial mobility, and going into unknown zones in your organization. What are the things that resist? Let's say here, for example, when you said, should I have to spend? So there's a kind of resistance. If I spend, what will happen?
Correct.
That's called resistance.
Correct. True.
So like that,
Correct.
we
True.
have many resistance that pulls us down in our life. See, the behaviors or the symptoms or the outcomes of what is going on inside our mind. The behaviors or the symptoms or the outcomes, what is going on inside our mind. And the resistance in NLP, we call it as limiting beliefs. Our own beliefs that we acquired from somewhere, that resists us. The simple formula, can you apply the 3 presuppositions? Map is not the territory. What is the map that you
Correct.
carry now? Okay, you can take home and do it, and you can send it to me. Okay, so what is the map that I'm
Okay.
carrying with respect to that 5? What is the map? And what is the map that I'm carrying with respect to 8? Flexibility, becoming very free. What is the map that I carry? And what are the things that I'm doing differently? Ask this. Become aware. What are the things that I'm doing same? And what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not comfortable with. Am I flexible to enter into new areas, to enter into new territories? Ask these powerful questions. The answers will definitely take you ahead. All right, Edgar?
Yes.
And by the end of the before I end the webinar, I'll give you some tools as well as to others. I think others can also apply what I'm doing, right? So these are the models and techniques that we have in NLP. Those who have gone through, they know. It's called IQs, rapport building, meta models. The questions that I asked is from meta model. Anchorings, lot of conditionings that we have anchored inside our neurology. We have visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory anchors that we carry about people, about things we carry. These are all conditionings. Until it goes, we are very much into it. It is like a magnet. We keep on going back to the same old behaviors and patterns. Though I know many people saying that I don't want to be that, I want to be successful, but they keep on falling back. So we need to know what to do and how to do. Reframing, perceptual positions, learning styles, TOT strategies or mental strategies, language patterns, presuppositions, which we discussed, some couple of communication model. And we have the techniques derived from these models to reprogram our neurology, to recondition our neurology, because we need to recondition. Let us say, Edgar, once you ask this question and you get answers, sorry, you get the answers, and then you still find the resistance is somewhere deep inside, and you are not in a position to come out. Definitely, you need to understand and you need to work with a facilitator or with a person that will help you to accelerate your thinking process, because time is money, even you know that.
Correct.
So NLP says
Very
our
true.
models and techniques help you to achieve what you want to achieve, because it is just the modeling process. I know many people keep on thinking tomorrow will be my day, tomorrow will become better, tomorrow I will be doing this, tomorrow I'll be doing that, and everything will fall into place. Uh, I will say that until you take responsibility for you in changing the way that you think and do, nothing will fall into place. Everything will be the same, because the change has to happen from within us. It has to start from me. The moment I change, this whole world will change. I see a different world, and my behaviors, my approaches will change, my interactions will change, and the results will change. Otherwise, I'll keep on repeating the same behavior, I keep on approaching the same thing, I keep on doing the same thing, and I keep on desiring something different. NLP says it is not possible. The change has to start within you, and it has to start now. So there are 4 stages of learning. One is aware. Am I aware? What is stopping me in changing? Am I aware? So the moment we are becoming conscious about our lack of competency, then we become a bit shaky. And then we prepare ourselves, the skill. We need to do that. Conscious of how competent I am in my behavior, the capability that I have, how much that I have. I need to have that, acquire that skill. And then it becomes my nature. Then we don't think. It is like riding a cycle. Now we don't think, right? It is like writing. You don't think of writing a page. The moment you want to unlearn and then relearn. Until we do this process, we are illiterates. That is what TOEFL says. So think about that. So what's your action plan now? Edgar,
Yes.
you can unmute yourself. What's your action plan? Based on our discussion, what's your action plan? If you can give me 3 action plans. We have discussed about your personal financial mobility, and you want to be very free. Go to 8, reach the level 8, you are in 5. We have discussed about applying NLP model, presuppositions, and we had discussed. So what do you think? Your action plan? Have you done with your action plan, Edgar?
Yeah, the the foremost thing was to have a list of what is to be done, like uh, what do you call that, prospect base as such. Is the
Okay.
first and foremost, I believe, to go into a you know, I think business should happen with a good process base.
Okay.
And the second action plan is to share what my idea is about to the kind of to the process base.
Mhm.
And I believe and I should be a more of a team player. Uh,
Yes.
uh, that's what.
Yes. So when you said I have to be a more of team player, if you ask my suggestion, I will say that focuses within you. So what you need to unlearn to relearn, make a note there. What I need to unlearn to relearn. The other things, prospects or the external environment, right?
What
So
I should
unlearn to
unlearn to
relearn
relearn.
in your behaviors, in your thinking process. Okay, that you make a note and you work on that, right?
Okay.
And for others, it's the change has to start from within us. Ask, what is that? If I want to reach my goal, what is that that is stopping me? What is that I need to unlearn so that I can relearn? Otherwise so to end with before I take your questions, to end with a quote, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but those most adaptive to change. Very, very important. Charles Darwin.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. So by this I will end this webinar, and
Well, thank you so much, Dr. J, for being with us and really giving this enlightening webinar. There's a lot to learn, I'm sure, once the people who have not done the program yet and who wish to redo the program can definitely do that. Pune, we are having these programs, and we welcome you. You can connect with us. And it was really a learning experience for us as usual, Dr. J, to be with you and to understand one perspective of NLP, to learn, unlearn, and relearn, and what matters and what comes in between the resistance and how to take care of it. So we really look forward to have another program from your side. The webinar series, we hope to continue with that, and most of us will be coming back to you with all the notes and all the learnings that we have got from the whole sessions that we have done. And we'll see how these improvements are happening in our life. And thank you so much. Thanks all of you for being such a participative audience, for being with us. And I could see everyone taking notes and, you know, like learning. It is like every word is so important as the way he teaches. It's really amazing to have all of you with us, and let's see how we continue and stay connected and be in this learning environment. Thank you so much.